What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to Tower Defense Tuesday. We have got a little bit different one for you to look at today, and that is Defend the Rook. This one is from Loadout Plus and published by Goblins and Maple Whispering. It launches today on Steam. Now, this is not your conventional tower defense game. This is a roguelike tactics tabletop board game with some tower defense elements. Now, to celebrate the launch of the game, Loadout Plus, Goblins, Maple Whispering, and Indie Boost was kind enough to sponsor this video, so let's hop on in and take a look at it. Now, I'm going to start a brand new game instead of continuing along, just so I can kind of go through some of the goods here. Basically, we have got our unit Loadout. If we check that out, we're going to have a warrior, the well-armored defender of the party. We've got a rogue, a nimble and deadly opportunist. We've got a sorceress, patient and potent from afar. Now, these are going to be placeable heroes that are going to assist you on your journey. We've got our rook, which, as the name of the game implies, this is our main objective. So the object of the game is to defend the rook, and this is the piece that we want to keep alive. The rook is going to bolster defenses as towers appear on the battlefield. We've got some barricades that we can put up to block different paths. We've got some freeze traps put up to ensnare enemies. And then we've got 3 different towers. We've got the Emerald Tower, which erupts spikes from the surrounding area, damaging foes from below. We've got the Cannon, which is a precision artillery with relatively weak firepower. And then the Arcane Tower, magically imbued projectiles with moderate firepower. Now, the Emerald Tower is going to be AoE. These other 2 are single target. Let's move right along, though. Ascension. We're just going through. We have yet to complete it. This is a roguelike, so as you go through, you will have permanent unlocks. And as you beat in each individual game, you will be able to ascend and do things at a harder difficulty, all the way up to level 10. Now we got our spell loadout. These are items that we can use. We'll be able to select a different group of them each run you go through. These will be randomly generated. They will change each individual time, so your set of spells will vary no matter what you do. Let's see. Remove a block tile. Stone shield. Give bolt of speed. Heals. Obliteration. Let's see. Sight tracker. Boulder toss, and earthquake. I think let's go with this one. That one seems pretty good. Then we've got our upgrades. Now, upgrades are permanent progression through the game. As you see here, I've got 2 gemstones for the last run that I did, and I can spend these upgrades here. So we've got upgrades to our heroes, unlock a common upgrade for the warrior, rogue, and sorcerer, etc. As you go across, we've got our contraptions. Unlock the hero's banner and alternate to the barricade. The loot courier will now appear in battles. Unlock proximity mines. These are various contraptions that we can unlock as we go through. And then spells. Upgrade spells. Unlock a new low-tier spell, Lightning Rod. As you see, I've already taken this spell. I think I'm going to go ahead and unlock a little bit more in the spell category. And that is all of our gems. Now, the spell loadout and your the upgrades and your gems are going to be permanent progression. They will stay with you as you go through. Now, let's go ahead and hop on in. We're going to start off in the mountains. Now, we'll have 5 different areas to clear here. The mountains, the graveyard, mushroom glade, the desert, and volcanic peak. And then as we go in, each individual instance is going to have multiple rounds that you have to compete. For the first round in the mountains, we are going up against Azaz, the Demon Lord. His strengths are he grows in power the longer he remains in battle. Weaknesses are the underlings are disorganized and inexperienced. So let's go ahead and pop on in. And what you're going to find here is what looks like a chessboard. So we're going to set up. Now, we're going to be able to move around and do various things throughout, which we'll run through an entire combat segment here. Originally, it was the kingdom's abundance of gems. Now my reasons are far from personal, and I will unleash everything I have to achieve it. The old, dirty Azaz. Typical. I will not allow that, of course. Letting you pass would sully my reputation. Don't rush this, dear trickster. Something tells me we have all the time in the world. And here we go. So this is the starting round. Looking around the screen here, round 1, we've got 5 waves that we have to go through. We've got our combat log, which will tell us what has happened throughout, which obviously nothing has yet. We've got the gold that we earn and the experience that we earn. Now, these 2 currencies are going to allow us to upgrade our heroes through each individual run. This is one of the roguelike elements of it. This will reset every single battle. Now, let's take a look at our loadout. We've got 3 different enemies here. We've got a wolf, we've got a goblin, and we've got yet another wolf. Now, we get to go first here. I'm going to go ahead and place my arcane tower, say right here. Now, your towers are placeable on any of these blocked tiles. The cannon tower, let's go right here with the cannon tower. And then the emerald tower will go right about like that. Now, we should be able to clear out quite a few of these enemies up front. Let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and kill off that wolf. And we can't get in range on our rogue to attack anybody yet, so we'll just move them on down. And then on our warrior, what do we want to do with the warrior? We can't get in range of anyone to attack them, so let's just get poised for the next round. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move my rook out to a position where I can secure it, which we'll find out why here just in a moment. So that's the end of our turn. This is turn-based, and it comes around very, very quickly. The enemy AI does work very fast, and as you see, our towers are going to attack at the beginning of each of our turn, and they cleared the remainder of the enemies. So now we get a choice from one of 3 picks for winning that round. We got spiked armor for our warrior. If you have armor remaining after being attacked, deal 6 damage back to the attacker. We've got camouflage. If the rogue didn't move at the end of the turn, they gain stealth next turn. And then we've got a spell shield for the sorceress. Sorceress gains 4 temporary armor each time they attack. I'm going to go ahead and take the spell shield for my sorceress, and we will move right along. Now, you get another turn to move your heroes around as you see fit. I'm going to put everybody right close to the center because we don't know where the enemies are going to spawn yet. So let's go ahead and move it like this, and then we will end our turn. Now we see where the enemy spawns are. We've got an enemy spawn right here, and we've got an enemy spawn here. So we can go ahead and move enemies closer into position to get ready for those enemy spawns. Let's see, where do we want to move? Let's move our sorceress right over here. Now, here we go. The enemies have spawned. Let's see, are we going to be able to take this one out? We got another interdimensional thief that spawned over on this side. In fact, let's go ahead and work on that thief first, getting rid of that. Let's see, on our Sork. Let's hold off on the Sork. Let me see on my rogue. Okay, my rogue will be able to take this one out. So the sorceress, I'm just going to go ahead and move up and get into position for the next wave. So we'll go ahead and call our turn good there, and we will let it go ahead and continue here. So let's see, the sorceress still can't get any shots off there. We can get a shot off right here. Where can we move the rogue to? The rogue is kind of out here. And then let's go ahead and kill that enemy. Now all we have left here is the interdimensional thief. I think we're going to go ahead and end our turn, let the thief move. And one of our towers actually plucked the thief off. So let's see our choices now. We get teamwork for the warrior, gain 4 power when next to another allied unit. We get bloodletting on the rogue. When below 15 health, gain plus 6 power. Let's see. The sorceress gains 5 temporary armor when they destroy an enemy. You know, let's just continue to invest into the sorceress, and we'll try to use the sorceress for some heavy lifting here later in the game. Now let's go ahead and move our heroes around and try to get them poised a little bit better. What else do we want to do? We haven't used any of our spells yet. Reactivate one of your heroes, allowing them to move and attack again. That sounds pretty darn good. Destroy a tower and deal 20 damage to enemies in a 2-tile radius. And then we've got Sight Tracker, give a hero +2 temporary range. Let's go ahead and see where the enemies are going to spawn. And look at this, they're all straight across the back row. Let's go ahead and get our warrior moved up and into position. I think everybody else may be pretty good here. Let's just go ahead and end turn and see where they spawn here. Alright, so what do we have? We got, can our sorcerers take that out? No, can take that one out though. Let's go ahead and let our sorc take that one out. Bring the rogue over to start working on this healthier mob. And then I can't get an attack off with my warrior, but I can get one off with my rook. The rook can't attack. Now let's see. Let's go ahead and invigorate. We're going to reactivate one of our heroes, allowing them to move again. Let's reactivate our rogue. By reactivating our rogue, we are going to be able to take that heavier enemy out right on the end. Anything else we want to do? I think that is probably good for now, so let's just go ahead and end our turn and move right along. And here we go. Things starting to come out into position. Our tower's got a shot in there. And let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's just get the heavy lifting done with the rogue. We'll bring the rogue right up for the backstab there, and then we'll get on the orc. Let's get that mob just completely out of there. Our rook is now out by itself. However, we can always reactivate. So I'm going to go ahead and reactivate my warrior this time. And we'll bring the warrior down to close the deal on that little goblin. So let's go ahead and call that the end of our turn. We got a tank up front now. And our warrior should just be able to close the deal right there. And GG's. Now, let's see. What do we want this time? The warrior option is Jarring Thrust. Standing next to a barricade gives the warrior +1 range. We got Disengage. The first time the rogue is attacked in a turn, if it was melee range, they move back up to 2 tiles if possible after the attack. And then Conduit. When a low-tier spell is cast, the sorceress gains 2 temporary armor and 2 temporary power. I'm going to keep stacking on the sorceress. I usually end up stacking on the rogue. But for some reason this time, I'm just liking the sorcerer's choices better. Let's see. Let's move some of these enemies, or some of our heroes, into a position for the next round. And then we'll just go ahead and end our turn. Let's see where these spawns are going to be. They're pretty scattered out throughout. I think I'm pretty happy with where everybody's sitting. I can move the soldier over 1 maybe. But, you know what? I can move the rogue. Actually, the rogue is going to be able to take this enemy out. So let's just go ahead and fire it up and get our turn going. Now, to start things off, we've got our warrior. We're just going to smash that goblin. We've got a goblin over here we're going to take out. And then I think we'll go ahead and take out a goblin right on the end there with our sword. Now, I'm pretty happy with how things are sitting. So let's just go ahead and end our turn and move along. And what do we have now? Well, our sorceress can come over here and get rid of that enemy. Not going to be able to get a shot off on my rogue, but I can move the rogue a little bit closer. Same thing with my soldier. Let's move the soldier up and give my rook a little bit of protection there. I can get a shot off with my rook, which I'm going to go ahead and take it. And let's see, is there anything else we want to do? I think we'll just call it good right there. And there we go. Our towers actually closed the deal for us. Let's see, this warrior remove all armor, but the warrior can no longer gain armor, but gets +3 range, +4 power, and 8 max health for crossbow training. Then we got Disengage again, and we've got Conduit again. So these do stack up. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and keep stacking on our sorceress. We're going to have a pretty beastie sorceress here by the end of this, that's for sure. And let's see. Oh, wow. They are surrounding us very nicely. Let's just go ahead and move right on. I'm going to want to get my rook protected at some point, I think. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and move. Let's go ahead and have the warrior destroy that one. We'll have our sword. Oh, it's not actually going to take that one out, so We can get a little bit of damage in there. Let's do that. We'll get a little damage in there. Now, how about on my rook? I can't kill any of them. I think we'll put a little bit of damage on that guy. So let's go ahead and end our turn here. Just trying to keep the rook somewhat protected here. Still unable to close the deal. I think my rook is able to kill that one now. We're able to take this one out. They are just surrounding my rogue. Holy crap. My rogue is probably about to have a fairly bad day. I have no more moves. Oh my. Rogue down. Take that one out. Let's move our warrior over. Just get these guys squished up just a little bit. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and invigorate. Bring my warrior back, and then let my warrior move in here. And there we go. Let's see, we'll end the turn. Man, losing my rogue there is no good. And we'll just let the Sork take the easy win there. Alright, revive the hero with 4 health. Well, I mean, that's just what we're going to have to take. So let's get our rogue back, and back in action. And let's see, Wave 5. Here we go. So this one should be a little more intense. We see we've got spawn points throughout. Here is a boss spawning point. So we will have a boss to deal with on this round. However, there are enemies just throughout the map. I'm feeling kind of good. The last game I had a spell that allowed me to move my towers around, and it was quite awful, or quite awesome. So I kind of really wish I had that right now, but you know, I don't. Alright, so we got one enemy killed by a tower already. See, we can take that wolf out with our rogue. We can take this wolf out with our rook. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that one out. And let's take that one out. So we were able to clear out quite a few of those wolves. We still have, you know, a little ways to go here. Now, wolf coming down. Got off pretty easy on that one. So, our warrior's going to take down this wolf, and then we will just start opening fire into Azaz, the Demon Lord. 50 left. Let's just keep going. We'll keep going full out on Azaz here now. Let's see, can't do anything with that one. Let's just move it up. I think I'm going to move my rook over here. And then we will end turn here. Taking out some towers. Old Azaz is a meanie. And it should just be a matter of clearing them out now. We've got one more wave to wait it out. We shouldn't lose anybody else, and we can let our warrior take all the glory and smack down the boss right there. Let's see. A bitter revenge. Once per battle, if an allied hero is killed, the sorceress gains 5 power, 1 damage radius. Wow. When the rogue kills an enemy, it drops a temporary trap. That seems pretty decent. If an emerald tower is destroyed, the warrior gains +1 damage radius until the end of battle. That seems pretty good, too. I think I'm going to take the leftover surprise this time. And that is the very first round. So that was the first area, the mountains. Now, as we continue along to go to the next area, you see we earned a bunch of XP and a bunch of gold. So the first thing we want to do now is we want to go to level up, first thing, and spend our experience. Now, what do we want to do? We've got 1 movement on the Sork. We got 1 more movement on the Rogue. You know what? I think let's take the 1 movement on the Rogue. We've got 85 left. 2 armor. 2 power. Let's go power on our Warrior. Whenever you damage an enemy, gain 1 XP. Yeah, well, let's go with that. That seems pretty decent stacking the XP. Now I've got 19 left, so I'll save that. But now we can go to the shop and we can spend our gold. Now, what do we want to spend our gold on? Well, you know, the Rook. The whole game is about defending the Rook. I am going to dump my gold into getting a healthier Rook. So I still got quite a bit left. 1 range. 2 more max health. Let's just get our Rook completely jacked up, and that way we don't have to really worry too much about it. So our Rook is healthy at this point, and we would now be ready to move on to the graveyard to face Valter, Lord of the Dark. However, that is going to do it for this episode. So once again, Defend the Rook from 1UP Plus launches today on Steam. Head on over there and check it out. There will be links down in the description below. And thank you once again to Indie Boost for sponsoring this video. So thanks again, y'all, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.